I nearly fell out of my chair. A 1,800-year-old mini portrait of Alexander the Great of ancient Greece was found in a field in Denmark. What was it doing all the way up there? We shouldn't be surprised. We found coins of Alexander from the time of Alexander the Great's reign in Scotland and Scandinavia. So obviously the Scots were just a hop, skip, and a jump from the Scandinavian peninsulas. The mini bronze portrait depicts Alexander the Great with his wavy hair and the crown of ram horns. The metal detectors have unearthed a miniature bronze portrait of Alexander the Great on an island in Denmark. Finn Ibsen and Lars Danielsen made the discovery while conducting survey work in a field outside Ringsted, a city on the Danish island of Zealand, and surrendered the artifacts to Museum West Zealand. Danish news outlet TV2 Ost reported. The bronze fitting, known as a bracket, measures about 1 inch in diameter, is cast of bronze alloy and includes an engraved portrait of a wavy-haired man wearing a crown of twisted ram horns, according to the statement from Museum West Zealand. Based on the imagery, archaeologists immediately knew that they were looking at the face of Alexander the Great, the legendary leader of the ancient kingdom of ancient Greece, northern Greece, Macedonia, whose empire stretched from the Balkans to modern-day Pakistan. By the time he died at the age of 32, we're talking about 330 BC here. The piece has the typical attributes of Alexander the Great. So it's not 1,800 years, it's 2,300 some odd years. They got the date wrong, obviously. Now, this piece has the typical attributes of Alexander the Great, such as his distinct wavy hair and ram horns. Frierk Olderberger, an archaeologist in Museum West Zealand, told Life Science the image is almost identical to another bracket portrait found years ago that contains the same styled image. And that piece, also a metal bracket, was found by a different group of archaeologists in Jutland, Denmark. It was hidden among a stockpile of weapons and likely served as an ornament worn on a silver shield mount, and it was a way of showing off, Oldenburger said. It's quite a remarkable piece. Oldenburger said, when it showed up on my desk, I nearly fell out of my chair because it's almost the exact same portrait as the other, but this one is a little more coarse and made of cast bronze and not gilded silver. The bronze alloy also contains a high lead content and was made using an alloy often found in Rome, bronze statuettes. It's possible that a statuette was melted down to make this portrait. Now, while researchers remain unsure of the piece's function, they know that the fitting dates to around 200 AD and could have been worn as a decorative disc for a shield or as a bracket affixed to the sword belt, according to the statement. This was around the same time as Caracalla of the Roman Empire, who reigned from 198 AD to 217 AD. Oldenburger said, "We know that he was completely obsessed with Alexander the Great and was interested and inspired by him, since he was the greatest conqueror of that time period. In fact, Caracalla was so enamored of the Greek ruler that he often dressed with the same style and believed he was Alexander the Great reincarnated," he said. Caracalla is also the only emperor of his time to be depicted with a shield containing a portrait of Alexander the Great. This is by Jennifer Nalewicki on Live Science. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.